Hey everybody, welcome. This is Deb Holland, LCSW, here to talk to you today about the power of your legacy and the ripple impact that it has across the generations. Let's get started. Here is my contact information if you would like that. Deb Holland, LCSW at gmail.com and myrippleimpact.com. All right, let's start talking about this. Legacy. You have one. You are leaving a legacy whether you intend to or not. It is positive or negative, never neutral, and we have the power to choose what our legacy is. Many of us have learned early in life that loss comes. Tomorrow is not a given, it is a gift. There is a sense of urgency. For all of us, we only get one shot and life can be gone in an instant. Let's make the most of whatever time we have left and let's finish like we mean it. When you talk about building your legacy, it's not about the money, it's about the impact. Money is just one tool. Time, energy, and caring are equally valuable. It's the difference you make that matters. And the intangibles that you leave, that any of us leave, are so important. Do we leave a legacy of dysfunction or healing? Of love or hate? Compassion or judgment? Service versus greed? Protection versus exploitation? Addiction versus health, unaddressed mental health issues versus wellness, peace versus chaos, instability versus stability. You know what? We are all subject to the human condition. We all have struggles in our life. We all have things that we have been through. We have things that were either done to us or mistakes that we have made or both. And no matter what has come before you guys, I just want to absolutely encourage you. There are ways to make progress. There are ways to work through whatever has come before, to heal, to move forward, to go on, to make a difference no matter what has come before. And I really want to give you some hope that healing is possible. Why does it matter working on our legacy? Because it answers the big questions. Does my life really matter? Am I making a difference at all? And how can I leave the world a better place for my children and my grandchildren? Working on our legacy beautifully addresses these big life questions. In the quiet of of the night, in your own heart and mind, are you asking yourselves these questions? Does my life really matter? Why am I here? Am I making a difference at all? Or am I just grinding out the days and the days and the days? We all face so much difficulty on this physical plane. We all face so much trouble in this life, one way or the other. And yet there is beauty, and we can create that beauty, and we can move forward to build a better trajectory for ourselves and for our families for many generations to come. Also, the benefits of building your legacy include giving your life a new purpose and meaning, giving you a new way forward. It ignites your passion for what you still want to accomplish. It heals you, gives you a higher quality of life, and it transforms your family's trajectory. It elevates the common good. It gives you and others hope. It makes you a change maker for future generations, and it gives you a next level life. It brings you personal fulfillment. It gives you living a life of no regrets, of easing other people's suffering, and of bringing light to the world. It's also fun. It's high value, high quality time with others. It's finishing well with loved ones. And there's very little in this life that I believe is more important than that. No matter what has come before, no matter what has happened, no matter what you have done or not done, what was done to you, when it happened, why it happened, it is still possible to finish well with loved ones and for ourselves. And most importantly, the most powerful, potent part of building a legacy is that it creates a ripple impact that cannot be calculated or contained. I think that is the most exciting part of building a legacy. Leaving a legacy for your family, which includes your friends. It starts with you and your well-being. Who you are matters as much as what you do. who you bring to the table, so to speak, who you show up as, who you walk into the living room as, who you walk into the family reunion as. All those things matter. Who you are and how you show up matters so much for your family, and that is the place to start. Do you have peace within you? Do you have stability within you? Do you have a high quality of life within you that you are in a good, grounded place and you're bringing that to your family? If you don't, that's something to work on. And you can do that. There is hope there. You can make progress. You can overcome whatever issues you are facing in this life, and you can become the person that you most want to be for your family and for yourself. Once you've got yourself taken care of, the next natural question is, how can you tend to the well-being of others? How can you take care of the people that matter the most to you in this life? And you can start changing the dynamics that get passed down through the generations. What do you want them to be? What do you want your kids to experience in this life? What do you want your grandkids to experience in this life? What kind of a legacy do you want to leave them about what they can expect for themselves, in their relationships, in the work they do in the world, in the way that they do or do not enjoy this life, and that they value themselves and they value the contribution they're able to make and they value other people and they are able to help make the world a better place, one family, one community at a time, because of the dynamics that you put in place when you started working on your legacy. Leaving a legacy for your community. What kind of world do you want your children and grandchildren to inherit? Do you want them to inherit a place that is a mess that they have to try and figure out? Do you want them to have a sense of anxiety that they're just so overwhelmed with everything that surrounds them externally in the world that they don't know how to cope with it? Or do you want to give them a legacy of security within themselves, of capability within themselves, that they can not only navigate whatever life in the world brings their way, but they can help make a difference. They can help shape what happens in the world moving forward. Let's talk about one thing that I find especially fun. Ripple impact actions in daily life. They grow and they become more powerful as time goes on. It is like throwing tiny pebbles in the pond. Heaving boulders is not necessary. Keep it simple, powerful, and fun. You start talking about making a difference in the world, you start talking about building legacies, and people begin thinking, oh gosh, it's so hard and so expensive and it just requires so much energy. I just don't have it in me. It's too much. It's too all-encompassing. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Next time you go to the grocery store, next time you go to Walmart or any other business that you frequent, tell the clerk that is checking you out through the checkout line, thank you. Tell them you're doing a great job. Next time you go to a restaurant and the waiter brings you your bill, and even maybe just right after you sit down and they've done their initial spiel about this is who I am, these are the specials of the day, just tell them, you know what, you're doing a great job and I appreciate that. You can light people up with a simple thank you. You can light people up with a simple, I appreciate you. You're doing a great job. And if somebody is really going above and beyond, if there is a situation in a store where there's a lot happening, it's a bit chaotic, it's super busy, people are stressed out, customers are maybe being a little bit short-tempered or rude, and there is a clerk who is keeping the line moving, and they're getting people laughing and smiling, and they're clearly doing above and beyond in their job, tell them that they are doing an awesome job. Watch that change their day. And here's the thing. This is one of the most powerful things about daily kindness. You don't know what any given person is going through in this life. You don't know that the thank you that you gave to the clerk in the store at 9 a.m. turns into that clerk believing they can get through their difficulty that day just a little bit easier. And they go out that afternoon and they go to a store and they thank somebody, and that uplifts that person who wasn't sure how they were going to get through their evening. That person goes home and loves on their family just a little bit better because they have a tiny bit of hope. And then somebody in that family gets up the next day and they go out in the world. They feel more capable. They feel more respected. They feel more appreciated. They feel more hopeful. And they go out and keep passing the kindness on. You don't know the ripple impact that a simple thank you, a simple I appreciate you, a simple you are doing a great job is going to set off in this world, and it is going to pass among people who may desperately, desperately need the tiniest sign of encouragement to keep going with whatever they are facing. Your experience matters too. And all of us talk about other people and communities and kindness and your family and the generations to come. Let's keep in mind your experience matters too. It gives you, building your legacy gives you a super high return on your investment of time, energy, and effort. It is the vital importance of intentionality. Sustainable pace is key to building your legacy. You need to have a pace that works for you. You cannot invest every ounce of your energy, every moment of your time into building your legacy, but you can find ways to build it into your routine. You can find ways to build it into your life that don't detract from anything else. They don't compromise your relationship with anybody else. You can find a way to build a sustainable pace to keep building your legacy in a way that works for you. Keep in mind the power of rest and recreation, or as I like to think of it, and this is not original, so whoever said this first, you get all the credit, but I don't know who you are. Recreation. We get a chance to recreate ourselves when we take time to go out and do things that restore us and nourish us and give us hope and encouragement and groundedness in a sense that we can keep going in our life. And also, your experience building your legacy, I promise you, it will bring you the gift of joy. There is little else in this life that is more satisfying, more fun, and more uplifting than knowing that you are making a difference, knowing that you are serving a greater purpose for your family and for the world beyond your family, and knowing that you are doing everything you can possibly do to make a difference in this life and get the most out of your own life for yourself as well. Along the way, you're going to have to overcome some obstacles. There's no doubt about it. Time, money, energy, logistics, and support can present challenges. When we are short on any of those things, and the more of those things we are short on, the more difficult it becomes. I get that, been there, sometimes still there. It depends on the season of life we're in, our circumstances, and all of that. You can find a way to carve out little bits of time, little tiny bits of money, energy, and you can figure out logistics. If you don't have support, I feel you, I hear you, I get that. But there are people who will show up in your life as you go along in life who will be more than happy and even feel grateful to and honored by supporting you as you are making your way forward. There may come a time where, for a very brief time, you need to set aside working on your legacy. You need to tend to the obstacles going on in your life, and that's okay too. Guys, this is not a linear, hardcore, strict process. This is supposed to be a fun addition to your life, a fun recalibration of certain aspects of your life. And if you never put a dime in, but you put in time and energy, that's awesome. You've done a great job. There are also things that can make our legacy really difficult to continue with, and we may have to do a pivot or we may have to do a pause. These are life-altering events, the death of a loved one. You're going to be busy with grief. You're going to be busy with all of the administrative things that follow the death of a loved one. You are probably not going to be building your legacy in that season. You are going to be dealing with that season. And then once you are able to find your way forward, even a tiny bit, whatever point down the road, it may be years down the road, you can pick your legacy back up and continue with it along the way. And what you want to do to leave behind for your legacy may profoundly, fundamentally change based on who you have lost and when and how and all of those things. Death of a loved one changes us. There is no doubt about that. And it does not mean that our own life is over. We are still here and we can find our way forward one tiny, painful step at a time. And we can return to being who we want to be and living how we want to live and learning how to carry the grief alongside us, right with us, tending to it as we need to, and also finding our own way forward for whatever time we may have left. Another life-altering event is an illness or an injury, yourself or a loved one, that may cause you to need to pivot or to need to pause. But again, once those things have been dealt with, once enough improvement has been made, then you can recalibrate your legacy if you need to, or return to it, or change it, or modify it, or set it aside for the moment. Whatever you need to do. Economic loss, same thing. Job loss, loss of a livelihood, some sort of a sudden financial setback that you weren't expecting, you didn't see coming. Guys, I've been through all these things. I get it. I get how it slams on the brakes of life. Life itself, it slams on the brakes, and you have to find a way forward somehow, some way. And I am here to tell you that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is possible to go through these experiences, work through them, deal with them. You are never fully over them. That should never be the expectation. But it is possible to find a way forward differently. Yes. Different season of your life? Yes. Years down the road? That's what it takes. But whatever is left, whatever you have left in yourself, in your life, in your world, you can take those shattered pieces and somehow, some way, find your way forward and create something that is meaningful to you, that is valuable to you and others, and you can find a way to continue to somehow find some sort of enjoyment in this life and meaning in this life with whatever time you have left. One of the most important things we can do after we've got our legacy underway and we're dealing with obstacles, maybe we've been away from our legacy for some time now and we're coming back to it. Part of being a great leader and part of building a legacy is becoming a legacy leader moving forward and cultivating a mindset of living like you mean it, finishing well, and having no regrets. Staying alert to opportunities to do good. Drop pebbles of kindness everywhere you go, like we talked about. Tend to your loved ones. Listen for their needs and watch for opportunities to alter their trajectory. Start listening to the little things they're talking about. Listen to the stresses that they are sharing. Listen for ways that you might be able to step in. Take somebody to coffee. Take somebody to lunch. Call somebody up, text somebody, and just say, hey, I'm thinking of you. I know you're dealing with this thing, but you're going to get through it. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know what it's going to take, but I do know this. I know you, and I believe in you, and you can do this. And I'm here for you, whatever you may need going through this journey. Becoming a legacy leader, having that mindset moving forward, it is fun to watch for ways that you can make a difference in the world on a daily basis. Again, this is not a strict thing. This is not a hyper-focused thing. This is just stay aware. Keep your antenna up, cruising through life, and try and listen for your family and for other people, for your community. What is needed? Is that something you can do? If it's not, that's completely cool. That's okay. But if it is, especially when it comes to your family, if there's something that somebody needs and your closest friends, if there's something somebody needs, can you step up for them? Have they stepped up for you? Who's been there for you? Who's supported you? Who has dropped everything for you? When they need someone and they reach for you, can you be there? Can you reach back? Can you stand in the gap with them in their pain, in their difficulty, in their circumstance, and whatever it is they're going through, and tend to them and be with them and cement those friendships and help them work through whatever they need to work through to keep moving forward in their own life? The answer is yes, absolutely, you can do those things. Build your own well-being and resilience. Who do you want to be? Do one thing today to move towards it. What do you want to accomplish? Do one thing today to make that happen. What are some reasons based on past success to believe in yourself? How have you overcome hardship and produced results in the past? Think about those things. If you could do things before, if you could work through obstacles, if you could create successes and accomplishments, you can do it again. Have you been through some rough stuff since then? Maybe. For some of us, absolutely. Can you have success again? Yes. Can you overcome whatever it is that you are facing? Yes. Can you produce results again? Yes. Look back. Find those anchoring points in the past when you were your best self, when you had to gut out something excruciating in your life and you did it. And look for the lessons and look for the ways, or just if you don't want to look too deeply into it, that's okay too. Just affirm for yourself, confirm for yourself that you did, in fact, make it through that difficult thing. So, I have a question for you, my friends, and this is the most important question of today. What is your legacy today, right here, in this moment? And what would you like it to be? Thank you for attending my workshop today. If you're interested in coaching with me, please reach out, debhollandlcsw@gmail.com or myrippleimpact.com. I have really enjoyed having you guys here today. Know that I believe in you. Know I don't know who you are, and that is okay. I don't know your story, and that's okay too, but I know this. I know whatever it is you're facing, there is hope for you to get through it. I know whatever mistakes that you have made, there is hope for you to correct those, at least to some degree. I believe in you. I believe in the power of your legacy. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not. My friends, what do you want it to be? With love, you guys take care. I'll see you next time.